Hi, I'm Nadia.
And I'm Nicole, and we are the Wealth Twins.
Today we're going to tell you why you should invest in your job's 401k on the very first day you start working, why you should prioritize this over your student loan payments, and how you can save for retirement, pay off your student loan debt, and all of that without feeling defeated in one video.
Sounds nice. Now, if that sounds good to you, hit the like button and let's get started. Now, if we could go back and talk to our 21-year-old selves, we would tell them that they need to sign up for their 401k plan on the very first day, regardless of the amount of student loans that we had.
That's because you are the most important bill and you need to be paid first. This is one of the first steps you should take in order to start creating wealth for yourself.
It's just the fact that more and more Americans are graduating or have graduated with a large amount of debt. It is also a fact that many of us are working jobs that do not provide a pension.
The financial safety net that was once there is no longer an option, and therefore you have to do things that will allow you to save yourself because no one is coming to save you.
No one's coming to save you guys, okay? Now, if you want to be able to retire and design a life you want when you get older, you have to make the decision to not let your past dictate your future. You can only save so much by budgeting, so you have to invest to make that big leap in wealth. The best way to build wealth is to invest, and even better if you can invest early.
So why do we want you to prioritize investing in your 401k? The first reason is because it gives you a chance to get free money. Now we know people say it all the time, invest in your company's 401k because you can get a company match, which is free money. And this will help supercharge your retirement savings. However, we want you to know that money isn't actually free. It comes with some strings attached, okay?
Now, there are a lot of companies that will require you to have a certain amount of years of working at their company before they allow you to keep the money, okay? This is called vested. Some companies might require you to stay at least 3 to 5 years before you come vested in your 401k plan there and get that free money.
Yeah, the earlier you get in, the earlier you give yourself an option of leaving that job, especially if you hate it, and not having to worry about losing your free retirement money, okay?
Yep. Another reason to not avoid getting into your 401k plan just because you have student debt is the power of compounding.
Yep.
The younger you start investing, even if it's just a small amount, the difference in savings by the time you are 65 can be huge.
For example, a 25-year-old who invests $100 a month in their 401k and gets a 6% return will end up with $196,000 in their retirement account. If that same person only started investing when they turned 35, then their retirement account savings will be only worth $100,000.
That means at 10 years earlier, if you invested 10 years earlier, your savings will almost be double the amount you can make, okay? On top of that, the higher the return that you make on your investments, the more significant the difference is at the end.
Compounding allows your returns to get returns, so the longer you're invested, the longer your money has a chance to grow with compounding. Giving your money a chance to stay 30 years invested is worth it, even if it takes money away from the money you can use to pay off your student loan debts quicker.
I really dislike paying unnecessary interest, okay, that I can avoid if I just pay down my debt quicker. But you know what I hate? I hate missing out on compounding even more. You cannot let the fear of taking too long to pay off your debt to rob you of the chance to take advantage of compounding and to get that match from your company while lowering your taxes at the same time. You have to pay both at the same time, so it's always to pay yourself first.
Yeah. Question for you. If you agree that missing out on the chance to compound your money is worse than paying interest on a student loan, type yes in the comments below.
Now, the reason we mention interest rates versus compounding and why that needs to be part of the equation is because you need to consider these things when deciding whether to invest in your 401k or pay down your student debt because rates make all the difference.
Yeah. I had a significant amount of student loans, but since they weren't private loans, I was able to get them at a relatively low interest rate. If your interest rate isn't as high as those on credit cards, you have the chance to invest in the stock market and get a higher return than the money you have to pay out in interest on your debt.
Yeah, some of the interest rates on credit cards can be like 20%, okay, guys?
Or higher.
Yeah, so also the length of time you have to pay off your loan should help give you a reason to prioritize your 401k over your school loan repayment. You can have a student loan at a fixed rate for 30 years. Now, we don't suggest you take the full 30 years to pay off the loan, but lowering the amount of payment at the beginning of the 10 years that you got it will allow you to catch more of the power of compounding that we mentioned earlier.
Now, at the beginning of your career, you're not only younger, you're also more likely to be making less money than you will be when you get to closer to retirement age, okay? Instead of struggling to pay off your student loans as soon as possible, a much better use of your time and your money will be to focus on acquiring skills so that you can get a higher paying job faster.
If you keep your expenses the same, the quicker you earn more money, the more you can put towards your school loans without sacrificing your 401k retirement goals. Even though keeping your expenses the same while you're making more money might not be the most fun, our philosophy is that we would rather suffer now than suffer later when we are older.
Also, remember, it's only temporary. As long as you know that you're committed to paying off your student loans, put a timeline on it and you will definitely be done before that 30-year cutoff.
Now, there are some instances where we say you might want to prioritize your school debt over your 401k. Like if the company isn't matching you, just has a horrible 401k plan with bad options and bad fees, okay?
Now, it depends on how quickly you can pay off the debt also. If you can pay off your student loan within 6 months to a year, you should pay that off first. In the long run, being out of the market for a short period of time really won't matter that much. Also, as we mentioned before, if you have a school loan that has interest rate on it as high as a credit card, pay that off as soon as possible.
So what do you do if your school loan is so large that it's mentally just weighing you down and you really just want to get rid of it, but you realize that you need to still invest in your 401k at the same time?
Well, the first thing you do is control the things that you can control, which are your expenses. Lower your expenses by getting a roommate, living in a less expensive area, and learn how to budget your money as best as you can. We have a video that we've attached to the end of this one where we discuss how we were able to save money in New York City, which is one of the most expensive cities in the world. You just have to remember, if there is a will, there is a way, okay?
Next thing is to start off with just trying to put enough money in your 401k to capture that company match. After that, you can start putting more money towards paying down your school loans. Now, lastly, set a timeline that's manageable for you to both invest and pay down your student loan so that you have a plan that you just have to stick to. Having a plan will help alleviate some of that anxiety you might be having.
Now, if there is one thing we want you to take away from this video, it's this. Student loan debt should not stop you from investing in your 401k. Always invest, even if it's just a little, because your future self will be happy that you did.
If you like the info we shared and now know the sooner that you invest, the better, we would like to invite you to join our free investing course where we teach you how to invest in index funds and ETFs so that you can design the life that you want without gambling your hard-earned money.
If you found value in this video, please show these twins some love and subscribe to the channel. And be sure to check the description of this video for helpful resources.
See you in the next video.